I would like to highlight health and nutritional benefit of chicken meat and eggs. In our country, consumption of carbohydrate is too much, especially in the morning. What did you eat? If you ask the children, they say idli, dosa, chitrana, like that. All these dosa, idli, they contain mainly carbohydrate. They are deficient in protein, vitamins, and minerals. That is why we recommend consumption of chicken meat and eggs to meet the protein and vitamins and mineral requirements. That is why the growth rate in the children is very, very less. And this chicken meat and eggs is very good even for diabetic people because it don't contain carbohydrate. Even diabetic patients can use it. And especially for the sports people we recommend 4 to 6 eggs per day and half a kilo of chicken per day per person. Whereas for ordinary people, we recommend 2 eggs per day and 150 to 200 grams of chicken meat. And this is chicken meat and eggs very good for immunity development. During corona outbreak, what the doctors did, they recommended eggs and meat in the hospital because it contains lot of vitamins and minerals required for immunity development, including the protein. That is why they recommended. And chicken meat and egg is one of the cheapest available food. Even if we compare to dal and other things which are costlier than chicken meat and eggs. So that is why we recommend consume every day eggs and chicken meat along with other foods. What we recommend is the balanced food. Balanced food means consisting of some amount of rice, wheat, fruits, vegetables, milk, eggs and chicken meat. That makes our children very strong, healthy and they read well, become a very good citizens. And chicken meat contains omega fatty acids which is very good for brain development. And brain development, that is why the mother's milk contains this omega fatty acids as well as cholesterol which is required for the brain development. And finally, what you could say, this one consumption of chicken meat and eggs which are rich in all the nutrients required for the human beings. So I recommend to consume for an ordinary person 2 eggs per day and 150 to 200 grams of chicken meat, and for sports person 4 to 6 eggs per day and half a kilo of chicken meat per day. Yeah, how many minutes? The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi said, those who consume milk can consume vegetarian eggs. So every citizen can consume vegetarian eggs because there is no life in that. We don't allow the male chicken. So they are all vegetarian eggs coming from in the absence of male birds. And if you look at these eggs and chicken meat, they do not contain carbohydrate. So they are extremely good even for the diabetic patients. If you look at the consumption of eggs in our country is very low. It's only 90 eggs per year per person as compared to the 300, 330 in Japan and in America close to 300 eggs per day per person. So whereas in our country it is very less, so we are recommending to consume more eggs. Similarly, chicken meat. In our country, we consume only 6 kilograms of chicken meat per year per person as compared to America, close to 50 kilograms. That is why in Japan, in America, children are so healthy and so strong as compared to the children in India, which are weak and they are not well developed. So the balanced food is the one which is extremely important. At the same time, if you look at the cholesterol content, many people, they are worried about the cholesterol. 40 years back in America, they said, do not consume too many eggs. But the same scientists now recently, 7 years back, they said, cholesterol and heart attack, there is no relationship. You can consume eggs, you can consume meat. Absolutely, there is no relationship to heart attack and the cholesterol which is coming from the food. Even vegetarians get heart attack. Why? Because our liver will synthesize cholesterol, it is synthesized. That is why we need not worry about cholesterol. Everybody can consume eggs, chicken meat, fish, mutton, and they can consume. And also, it is very good for development of the brain because it contains omega fatty acids. At the same time, cholesterol, choline, vitamin B12, folic acid. They are all very essential for development of the brain, for development of the heart. That is why we recommend consumption of chicken meat and eggs along with other foods to become more healthy. And for sports persons especially, we recommend more eggs and chicken meat. Why? Because they need very good muscle development, bone development. They need, that is why they consume as high as 4 to 6 eggs per day per person and half a kilogram of chicken meat. And by consuming these things, we don't get like back pain, then what you call eye pain, leg pain, and so on. They don't get because we get all the nutrients required for maintenance of good health. And for a healthy person, we recommend per day 1 gram of protein per kilogram body weight per day, whereas for sports person, we recommend 1.6 to 2 gram per kg per day. That is what we recommend. Finally, what we recommend is for a common person, 2 eggs per day and 200 grams of chicken meat per day, whereas for sports person, 4 to 6 eggs per day and half a kilogram of chicken per day. That is what we recommend. And the egg, what is available in the market, they are all vegetarian. We don't allow the male bird. So that is why there is no life in that. That is what it is. And even it is good for the pregnant women, for lactating mothers, children, for all, even for elderly people, it is extremely good. Here, if you look at, we have egg type of chickens. These are white varieties. They almost lay 1 egg every day. They consume less amount of feed. There is no male bird. Without the male bird, they lay the eggs. These eggs, we call it as a vegetarian eggs or sterile eggs. They are very good for all people, including vegetarians. Everybody can consume. Everybody can consume 2 eggs per day to maintain good health. And also, if you look at, as per the government of India says there is too much of what you call stunted growth, too much of underweight in the children. This is as per the government of India. Using eggs and meat, we have to fight against malnutrition. That is what government of India recommends. Even our famous sports persons like Kapil Dev, Gavaskar, Dravid, they also recommend consumption of eggs and chicken will improve the nutritional status. Even just by consuming 1 egg, we get almost 25% of vitamin requirement. Vitamin B12 is completely absent in the vegetarian food. Vitamin B12 very essential for blood formation. Without that, blood formation will not take place. So, and also choline for the brain development. So, and as I mentioned earlier, it is very essential for the brain development, where so that children can study very well and they become strong and become very sportive, and they can get many prizes in the sportive event. Here, these birds are brown birds. These brown birds, they lay brown shell colored eggs, and and they lay less number of eggs as compared to the white variety. Only thing is, some people prefer brown shelled eggs. That is why these brown colored birds are put here. But they are not economical compared to the white type of birds. And we have broilers here. There are chicks as well as the grown-up broilers. Grown-up broilers, which is about 2 to 2.5 kilogram body weight. They put on by 5 weeks of age. Many times consumers think how they can put on 2 kilogram, 2.5 kilogram by 5 weeks of age. Because of the good genetic development, good feed, good water, what we give, that is why they are able to attain so much of feed. and our farmers and our scientific community, various associations like Karnataka Poultry Farmers and Breeder Association, IVPI, Institution of Veterinarians of Poultry Industry, and various companies in the country. They are doing a wonderful job for development of very good quality chicken and eggs, and even we export because what we produce is extremely good quality chicken and eggs. That is why we are able to export. And India is one of the leading country in the world in production of chicken meat and eggs.